Good day, students. Welcome to another class of skill education, and we continue with our session on ICT skills. Today, we are going to do a very interesting topic of ICT skills, which is called as social media and cyber crimes. So, let us understand the chapter. Let us understand what is social media. Social media refers to different online communication channels that are dedicated to community-based input, interactions, content sharing, collaboration, blogs, etc. So basically, it is nothing but a platform, an online platform which people built among themselves for to set up social relations with each other, to share their contents, to collaborate with each other, and to interact with each other. So social networking has created a change in the way we communicate with each other. So basically, it is an online platform where we can interact and communicate with each other. That is called as a social media platform. So social media websites, they provide facilities for people to interact with friends, relatives, office staff, and share common interests with each other. They also can share ideas, information, post comments, messages, images, videos, songs, etc. on a social media networking site. And in this way, the interaction among people increase because with the help of social media websites. So this is basically, everybody now is very common. It's a very common feature that those students, especially of your age, most of the people nowadays are very much hooked on to the social media websites. And so let us understand what are these commonly used social networking websites and what are the benefits of being on a social media. The first benefit is that it provides a way to connect to people all around the world. So there is no restrictions on connecting to people all around the world. Social media websites like Facebook are used to stay in touch with families, to connect with old friends. It has become very easy with the help of Facebook. You can search for people all around the world, and all your old lost friends, you can come in contact with them. These sites help to learn about the current events, what are happening all around the world, because websites like Twitter and Facebook, they all keep on updating live about the current events which are happening. So you are very much in touch with what is happening in the real world. Also, it's a very good platform to launch new businesses, advertisements to the market new products and services. People can subscribe to a lot many services and things with the help of these networking websites. Also, it helps to create a to disarm any social stigma. So suppose there is some particular, like recently, you know, that Black Lives Matter, that this, or the Sushant Singh murder case, all this, how did it gain so much of traction, or how did the people become aware of the facts? All this is through your social media website, because there is continuously people who are Twitter, on Twitter handles, they are posting comments, on Facebook they are posting videos, etc. So it becomes a way of social awareness among the people with the help of the social media website. So these are basically some of the benefits of social media. Now, what are the disadvantages? Excessive use of this social media can cause a lot of harm too. More than it's a boon as well as a bane. So let us look at some of the disadvantages. It exposes a lot of people to information which may not be authentic. So you have to be very sure about whatever news or information that you are getting on a social media website is true or no. You should not be carried away by false news or fake news. Then if you share your current location on any of the social media websites, you can easily become a target. So it is very much necessary that when you are working on or using a social media, you have to maintain your privacy and not disclose your current location. Peer pressure and cyberbullying is a very important issue. Cyberbullying and all other social cyber crimes can take place when you are too much onto the social media website. Social networking sites can spread false or unreliable information very quickly. Some information which may not be true also, then social media websites, they circulate it without verifying the authenticity of that particular information, and it spreads like wild fire. So these are some of the disadvantages. Others are online interactions have now been substituted with face-to-face interactions, and this has reduced our social skills. So more than being in face-to-face interaction with each other, people prefer to be on the online social media. So this has reduced the interaction among people. Also the social skills of how to talk to people, how to behave with people, all this has reduced a lot because of this social media addiction. Social networking has become a disturbance for most of the distraction. So many students who are on the social media continuously hooked on to it, their grades have reduced and they have started leading a sedentary lifestyle. They don't go out to play. They are always hooked on to this media, either Instagram or Twitter or WhatsApp, Facebook, all this type of things. So it has it has lowered the people's grades. People have become lethargic, and it is causing a lot of health problems because of the sedentary lifestyle. So basically, along with the disadvantages of using social media, we also have a lot of disadvantages regarding this social media. Now, how do we stay safe on a social media platform? So first of all, that do not post any private information like your mobile numbers, home address, etc. on a social networking website. Try to see to it that you are a very private person. Your photos, your messages, whatever you are posting are not available to the entire world. You can keep it only for private viewing by your friends and relatives. You should be familiar with the privacy policies of any social networking site. You should adjust your privacy settings on every social network so that you can control the access of information. Every social networking website or social media website has got a privacy setting. Please see to it that you set the privacy net in such a way that others are very limited access is possible to your information. Then use a very strong password, and so that longer ones are more better than shorter password. So try to keep a very good and strong password so that nobody can access your site. Also use different passwords for different social media websites. Please try to see to it that if you're using Twitter, Instagram, all have got different passwords so that nobody can hack into your account. So these are some of the ways in which you can keep yourself safe in a social media, a social networking or social media websites. The next is, we can also be very selective about the friends that we pick up in a this thing. So do not accept any request from people whom you do not know personally. Be careful when you click on any links or pop-ups which come up in the window. So do not there are many advertisements, pop-ups, and many fake links which come up that asks you to give your account number and many other details like this. So please be careful when clicking on any of the links which come up in these social media websites. Protect your computer by always having a good antivirus, updating your and keeping it properly updated so that your computer is protected against virus attacks and malware, etc. Now always log out properly when you are coming out from any particular website. Please log out carefully before exiting so that you know that it's not open for others to get in. So these are the ways to protect yourself on a social networking website. Now let us look at most commonly used social media websites. You must be very much aware of most of them now, but a few of them we have to look into, like Viber, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp. All these Pinterest, all these are the most common websites. Let us look at a few of them one by one. Twitter. Now, Twitter is a social networking website which allows you to send short messages to communicate with your friends or followers. You can send a short message up to 140 characters, which is called as a tweet. Tweet is used by people to inform others about the latest happenings in their life. So this is what is called as a Twitter. So everybody who has a Twitter account, they can either post and have many people following them, or they can be followers to other important personalities, and these people will keep on tweeting about what are the important events which are happening in their lives. So that is called as a Twitter. Many of the Twitter handles, they keep on posting newer handles, so people keep on posting their the information on those Twitter handles. So this is one very important and commonly used social networking service. The next one is a blog. Now, what is a blog? You must have heard of this word called a blog. A blog is a website which is maintained by an individual. A person who is who creates and maintains a blog is called as a blogger. Now, what does a blogger actually do? It is he blogs about a particular event or a particular latest information, or if he is a food blogger or a sports blogger or a travel blogger, so he will write all information about the current events or the experiences that he has faced, or what are the things that is going on around in the society. All this he will blog about it or give information to the public. So it is like a self style informal diary style of writing with text entries. Along with that, you can put lot of pictures, videos, etc. And this blogging has become a very important activity. Many people are very good bloggers, and because of blogs you can get a lot of information on the social media sites. Next is Facebook. I need not tell you more about Facebook. Facebook is a very common, is the most common social networking site. It was founded by Mark Zuckerberg, and you have to first create a Facebook account, and then you can keep on adding friends into it, and you can exchange messages, pictures, etc. on a Facebook account. Companies also set up Facebook pages for connecting and communicating with customers and clients. So Facebook is a very common media in which you can communicate with your friends and relatives, and you can post whatever you want to on a Facebook account. Next is WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a free messenger service on smartphones. WhatsApp uses the internet to send messages, pictures, audios, and videos. You can send these using a smartphone. You don't have to pay anything extra for sending the messages. You just have to be connected to the internet account, and you should have a WhatsApp account or a WhatsApp number. And once you are ready, you can just keep on sending the images and pictures, messages instantly. You can get the reply for them also on a WhatsApp messenger. So this is WhatsApp. I need not explain much about it. Everybody is using WhatsApp these days, so you know what exactly it is. The last one is YouTube. YouTube allows people to watch and share self-created videos. Companies also use YouTube to launch and advertise their products. So if I have got something important to communicate, for example, this entire class itself is getting posted on the YouTube and on in our Vivo school channel, and you are able to see it because of this. This particular video is being watched by so many people, so all the students of our school. So YouTube is a very important communication channel whereby you can create videos and post it on this particular platform. So this is these are some of the common social networking websites. So I hope you have understood what is social media, what are the benefits of it, and what are the advantages, disadvantages of using social media, and how you can keep yourself safe on a social media platform. Now let us understand a very important concept after using all these social networking websites. What happens is that there is something called as a cyber crime, which you have to be very careful about. So let us understand what is cyber crime. So cyber crime refers to any crime which is done using a computer or any electronic device with an internet connection. So if you have an internet connection and a computer or a smartphone, then there are the crimes that are done with the help of these equipments is called as a cyber crime. So what are some of the crimes which are there? That is cyber bullying, cyber stalking, hacking, phishing, spamming, etc. These are the most common cyber crimes. So let us look at each of them in detail. So what is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying means to post text and images with the intention of hurting or embarrassing, threatening or humiliating a victim. So if you want to with the help of your messages, text, posts, etc., you want to humiliate or hurt somebody or embarrass somebody, then that is called on the internet, then that is called as cyberbullying. Cyber stalking refers to harassing an individual or an organization using the internet. This may include making false allegations, defaming, threatening or damaging data, etc. of a person or an individual or an organization. So this is called as stalking. That is continuously being behind somebody and trying to defame that person or that organization is called as cyber stalking. The next is hacking. If someone tries to get access to your computer system in order to steal, corrupt or illegitimately view your data, then it is called as hacking. A person who hacks into somebody else's computer to gain access to his computer is called as a hacker. So hacking is a very common crime that is committed nowadays, when many people try to hack into the banking systems or very confidential insurance data, etc. Cyber hacking is become a very dangerous crime nowadays. Next is phishing. Phishing means an attempt to acquire very sensitive information such as usernames, passwords, files, data, etc. from a particular person's computer. Basically, it is trying to get usernames and passwords so that they can misuse it for some other purposes. This is called as phishing. Spamming. Spamming refers to unsolicited emails which are sent to a large quantity of people or users. So sometimes in the mailbox itself you get some spam mails. What are spam mails? That is one only mail which does not have any particular content, but that is being sent to n number of people, 100,000, like large quantity and number of people, just with the intention of creating trouble. So this is called as a spamming. So spamming is another cyber crime. So these are the main important crimes. But as a student, from your point of view, cyberbullying is something that students of your age have to be very careful about. So cyberbullying happens when a person uses an electronic device such as computers, smartphones, tablets, etc. to post text and images with the intention of hurting, embarrassing, threatening, or humiliating the victim. Cyberbullying usually involves posting or sending gossips, offensive, rude posts to damage a person's reputation or relations with others. So this is called as cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is very common among the student community, especially in colleges, college students or university students, and even high school students, where some students use offensive post or text against their classmates. Now, cyberbullying usually bullies the others in order to seek attention or revenge, pleasure, just to satisfy their egos, jealousy, or under peer pressure. So these are the reasons why people resort to cyberbullying, for revenge, for taking revenge, or just for pleasure, or some ego problems, or some fights have happened in the colleges and schools, etc. Or that there is a jealousy among the first rankers, toppers, and the lower rank holders. All this causes are reasons for cyberbullying. Cyberbullying can cause lower confidence among the victim or the child. It also results in poor academic performance. A child may be stressed, loses appetite, becomes a loner, is unwilling to go to school, is afraid to use technology, or even gets suicidal thoughts because of cyberbullying. These are some of the problems with a child or a student faces, that he can't sleep, he is fearful to go to school, he gets suicidal tendencies, he loses his appetite, his grades go down, he can't concentrate on his studies. So these are because of cyberbullying, all these can happen to a student. The next one very important thing which happens is cyber addiction. Now, addiction is generally a thought or a mental disorder involving a compulsive behavior characterized by excessive use of the internet. So when somebody is constantly using the internet or is constantly online, then he is said to be described as a computer addict or a cyber addict. Some of the factors which are responsible for this type of cyber addiction is lack of family interaction. So when father and mother go to work and a student or the child is left all alone, they don't have any interaction with the family, then it causes this. To compete with the latest and upcoming technology and to keep oneself updated all the time. There are some people who always want to be updated with what is happening in the real world, what are the latest technology, what are the new gadgets, phones, computers, cars, etc. So they want to always keep themselves updated. So that also causes this addiction. Mostly both of the parents are working and they don't have time for the kids and make the kids busy only by putting them onto the computer or the mobile. Now today's work from home scenario, the mother is working, father is working, so the children, they don't have time for the children. So what they do, they just give them the computers and smartphones and ask them, you can play on it or you can be online, and so that the children are kept busy. But this causes a lot of cyber addiction. Change in the lifestyle, like when there is a change in the lifestyle and suddenly everybody has got their own laptops, computers, etc., there is lesser interaction with the family and more dependence on the gadgets. So this causes this thing, and there is a lack of social circle. So when a student or a person does not have too many friends and is always online, then that is because there is a lack of social circle among which he can interact. So these are the reasons which cause cyber addiction. So here, this is a small picture which depicts a cyber social and or internet addiction, whereby during bathing, toilet, whenever you are traveling, driving, homework, any time eating, or even when you are sitting in a meeting, every time a person is on the phone. So when somebody is continuously cannot keep his phone down, or his tablet or laptop down, and is continuously online, then it is called as a social or internet addiction. Now, what are the warning signs of such type of cyber addiction? One is loss of control, or trying to stop or limit the amount of internet time, breaking promises which you are making to others, that is, I will come to play tomorrow, or I'll come for tuition classes, or I will do a particular work. So you don't have time for it. You break that promise. You are constantly, you can't stop using the device, or you can't limit your internet time. Then that is a warning sign. Feeling depressed or anxiety or anxious or anxiety when somebody tries to interrupt you while you are on the device, then that is your parents tell you to keep your phone down, or some other people take away the phone or cut the internet, and you get anxious and you start getting violent, then this is a sign of cyber addiction. Feeling guilty over excessive use of internet, like, although at the end of the day you start feeling guilty that, oh, I have not done anything worthwhile, I'm always on the computer, then that is also a sign of cyber addiction. So when a person is feeling all these type of addictions, and they know that they are going through this type of cyber addiction, it is time to get out of it and stop this practice of being continuously online. So what are the effects of cyber addiction? They are headaches, backaches, because you are continuously on the phone, then you get headaches, irregular eating habits, sleep disturbances, you are neglecting your family and friends, dry eyes, eye problems, watery eyes, depression, repetitive strain injuries, and also it may also to an extreme extent lead to cyber crimes. So basically these are some of the after effects or ill effects of cyber addiction, which we need to be very careful. Whenever there are signs of cyber addiction, it will ultimately, the effect of cyber addiction is all these type of physical and mental problems that a person faces. So that with this we come to the end of this particular chapter on social media and cyber crimes. And so I hope you have understood. It's a very easy chapter. It is a more of an informative chapter, or an informative unit for you to understand what is social media, and how to be careful using the social media, and how to protect yourself from cyber addiction, and what are the ill effects of cyber addiction, and how you can keep yourself away from being addicted to the to excessive use of computers. So with this we come to the end of the ICT skills unit of employability skills, which we have studied a lot many things about computers, and about the different hardware, software, and also how to use a computer, and what is internet, what are the uses of internet, and many other chapters which we have covered under the ICT skills. So we have now covered 4 units of the employability skills: green skills, self-management skills, entrepreneurial skills, and ICT skills in detail. So in the next class, we will be covering the last unit, which is called as communication skills. With that, we will end up with the employability skills part of our syllabus. Thank you.